Hey YouTubers, Electric Adventures here. It's Monday afternoon, so I got quite a few packages in the mail today. It's amazing how the mail seems to be going in chunks at the moment. So I actually got 5 in total today. I've done a separate video for another one because it was a special package from Maincade for winning his 4,000 subscriber contest. So these are the other packages. I mean, in no particular order. We have one from Japan. Now this first one, pretty certain it should have something to do with one of the Japanese systems I picked up recently. And okay, let's get that open. It was squashed quite heavily in the post box, so I hope it's okay. Right, we have a couple of CD dual case size things. Yes indeed, we have, for the PC Engine, we have R-Type 1, the slipcover and the hue card. So I've got just a normal Japanese PC Engine entry level, so hue cards. I don't have a CD attachment, although by the sounds of how rare the CD attachments are, it probably would be cheaper for me to get a PC Duo in the future. And I've got R-Type 2, which are basically they couldn't fit all of the levels of R-Type in the one hue card. So R-Type 1 and R-Type 2 are actually just level splits. So I think there might be 8 levels in the arcade game. So R-Type 1's got the first 4 or 5, might be 10 levels, and R-Type 2 has the rest of the levels. So we'll definitely be giving those a go later. So we'll definitely be turning this one into a pick up and play. Now, next passage, an express post. So this is probably for one of the most recent ones that I won, and this is probably more than probably going back to the primary collection. Double wrap. So we'll put package inside a package. So I'm trying to pull the little rip cord here. I'm just going to sticky tape over. Okay, yep, we have items for the primary collection here. So first one out is, now there will be some duplicates with these ones. We didn't pay very much for these, and it was mainly to get the secondary one. So I have a title Power Strike, which is a shooter, which is awesome. And there's the back there, and it looks in really good condition, just missing the tab off the top. And we have a manual and a really good label. So another shooter on the Sega Master System, so I believe that's an uncommon. Have a copy of Wimbledon. Now I got Wimbledon in a lot, like I think the 9 or 10 cartridge lot I got the other day. So this one is more than likely up for trade. I'm sure the other one's in really good condition as well. So bar an old cash converter sticker here, which is already coming off on its own, it looks in very good condition. And we have a really good label, and the manual's there, just folded in half. Other than that, it looks really good. It'll flatten out nicely, there we go. So that one's up for trade. Right. Next, I've got lost track of the order I've been getting these things in. All I know is I will have a duplicate of this eventually. Now, unfortunately, this has got a rip in the box cover, but I have more common ones that I can swap it around for because it's got a really good manual and cartridge in it. And there's nothing wrong with the label, it's just it's got a tear in the plastic, so maybe we can switch that around to a better box. But I will end up with a duplicate of this one from these deliveries. Now this is the other one in here that was definitely, yeah, because this is an express post, it's come out of order, so I probably don't actually have the other World Grand Prix yet. Now this is another title I definitely didn't have, so Sega American Baseball. Box is in good condition, just a little tear in the plastic there. It's another cash converter one, and we have the cartridge and no instructions. And as I've said, I'm not particularly concerned about not getting the instructions. Alrighty, the next one's a larger box. Sorry, it's got address stuff on the top of it, so we have to open it out of view. Sorry it's a little bright, we've actually had a run of very good weather at the moment, and if I waited for that to die down, it'll be pretty late at night before I'm able to do the actual package video. Alright, now it's like this. So this is a lot of 5 assorted cartridges, and it's the other World Grand Prix. This one, other than being a little dirty, that one's alright. And we have a really good cartridge, just a little sticker left in that one side. So the other one was only torn and things, so I'll combine probably the interior of the other one with this one and replace the case. The other one will have a good World Grand Prix to trade. Yep, next, another one that I didn't have. Great Golf. The label's a little crinkly, but the box is alright. And cartridge is in really good nick. And we have the instructions. Sorry, that glare is actually interfering quite a bit. And the instructions aren't open to the first page either. That's alright, that's another one definitely needed for the collection. Yep, another one that we didn't have. Super Monaco GP. Little grotty box. The plastic is just come undone at the front there. We can switch that case over. And most important, cartridge label is awesome. So this lot didn't see the inside, so it's pot luck what we're going to get here. Right, next one is Super Tennis, which I also did not have. This box isn't too bad. Some old sticker things which will come off. And we got a manual and another really good cartridge. So don't need to do anything to that one rather than clean it up. The next one's definitely a duplicate. And it's another one of those funny plastic ones. So Action Fighter, I've definitely got a copy of this. This will be up for trade, and it's in one of these very different covers. The cartridge label is in really good condition though. That looks like it hasn't been, I mean it does, it looks like it's been put in and out of a console, but it doesn't look worn. And this is very common with these ones, they seem to get torn up the top. So that is a duplicate. So out of those 2 lots, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 titles for the collection. So that will get us past 90, getting closer. I have another large lot, another 2 lots coming as well. Sorry about that, another quick interruption. Now we have one more package. This is the one I missed from Friday. Now I've already stuff there. Started opening this one. That's another one to my computer collection I'm missing from my Atari 8-bit. So it is an Atari 130XE. So there's no case damage or anything like that. The keys are a little yellowed, but I mean it is pretty old. There's all the ports and everything on the back for people who haven't seen that. And we got the let me just get this we'll have packaging stuff going everywhere. And we got the owner's manual with it, which is an awesome bonus to get with these old machines. And they're a wonderful looking machine. I mean, they basically look like a miniaturized Atari SD in a way. I mean, it's obviously got less buttons up the top there. And I believe this was the last version of the XEs, of the sorry, the 8-bit series. I've got to double check that. I mean, I have the one that's called the Atari XE system, so it doesn't have any numbers or anything like that. So that was designed to be like the game playing computer. I'm not sure whether that came, and that has similar keyboard, but it doesn't have the slanty bits matching the STs. These may have actually come out at the same time when I was trying to use the 8-bit system to bring out sort of like another games console. So I'll have to check my history a little bit. So this system looks very nice. The keys have got a nice feel to them, a little bit of yellowing. I might be out of a bit of a go at cleaning them up, giving the keys a bath, and I'll plug this in a little later and we'll see whether we've got a working one. The Atari 8-bit computers are pretty tough though, so I've got a pretty good chance. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, thank you very much for this section of the video, and we'll add on some gameplay of a couple of those tiles, definitely. Okay folks, so here's the play part of the pick up and play, and of course, me being me, the very first thing I'm going to try is R-Type 1 for the PC Engine, because I'm nothing but predictable. I'm getting a little bit of interference tonight, but I have actually figured out how to get rid of the black roll. It was actually the image stabilization setting on this camera was set to on. So I've now turned that off, and our black roll's gone, which I'm very pleased about. So this is a very fast feeling version of R-Type. Which is great, because it's nice and challenging. It makes it quite, whoops. Yeah, well that's not showing that I've played it before, does it? How embarrassing. Now we have to do this bit without nice Guardian. Damn, missed the other special. I'm not doing a very good demonstration. So it's actually it's quite colourful. You don't really see much flicker, and very fast moving. Okay. Right, now that I've gotten past a section that I seem to be getting stuck on there, and I'm fully powered up, which helps a lot, we're about to go to our first boss. And this is what R-Type is renowned for, is its larger than life bosses. And there we go, fully powered up, he's not much of a match. You just got to be careful and watch your watch where they're shooting and know their shooting patterns. Like I said, I'm quite powered up at the moment, so it does make it a lot easier to clear through a lot of this stuff. It's interesting, those guys flying along there aren't very well represented in other versions. It's just nice to see the level of detail the system's able to pump out in this game, and number of items that are moving on the screen. I'm relying heavily on my weaponry at the moment. Oops. Alright, I'll leave it at that. So that's R-Type. I mean, R-Type 2 is just going to be more levels to that one. Let's move on to our next game. Right, so our next title that we got in this pickups was World Grand Prix. Right. So here's World Grand Prix. Of course, we'll take the easy level. We've got 12 courses, that's not too bad. Okay, wrong button, that was the brake. So a big long straight, at least you've got a map up the top right so you know when your corners are coming. Right, similar to pole position, you've got a low and high gear. Very good at changing lanes at the last second. Oops. So it's not bad, the speed's good, and the controls are reasonably, react reasonably well. Just got that randomness of whether or not they're going to change lanes, mess up your line. Right, coming around, of course, the laps seem reasonably long. There we go, 119, I don't know whether that's any good or not. Fifth. And we'll get some points. Alright, that's not a bad looking little game, and worth further inspection in the future, so move on to our next one. quick pick up and play. Right, Super Tennis. So, oops, Super Tennis. First go. Yeah, we'll just leave everything normal. No, I'm terrible at sports games. Oh, fault. Okay. Double fault. This is what happened to me in the Atari tennis I did recently. So it sort of goes on its own. Hey, finally hit it in. Not too close to the ball. Not going well for CPU. Well, me. Let's see how we go. Oh, just in. And there you go, hit the ball. And I'm out. Oh. No. I'm not very good at sports games. Alright, next one. I need more practice. Right, next we have, sorry I should have the case because I like the case of this one, Power Strike, which is a shoot 'em up. There's the cart. And we get our execute. Right. Has to happen one time or another. We did pretty good on the other one, so can't complain. Oh. So by compile 1988. New game, continue game, interesting. Okay, so the primary button shoots up. Oops. So some of the enemies take more than one hit to get, which is causing me problems. Obviously the ones with P's in them, you shoot them and it gives us some sort of power up. Some interesting attack patterns. Cheating a little bit here. I have turned on the rapid fire on the controller. Yeah, well, that's not a bad looking game. That's definitely quite playable and quite fast. It's amazing what the SMS can do sometimes, and that scrolling's quite... I think the only thing I'll say, green background does wash out the colours of the enemies a little bit. It may have some further levels that have different colours, and by the back it actually sounds like it does too, so we'll definitely be giving that a bit bigger play later. Okay, let's move on to our next one. Okay, now we have Great Golf and American Baseball to go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, have the wood. What have been? Oh, I see. Haha. We better have a couple of woods. Irons. I think you got to have all the irons. I've got 2 left. We better get the pitching wedge at least, I reckon. And the sand wedge, there we go. We'll just go light on wood. So there we go, so you get to choose clubs. Don't get to do that in all one, so yeah, that's the course overview. Colours are a little garish, but early release game, I suppose. Right. Yep, so the wind's going that way. Obviously that's what that button does. 1 wood. Position our feet. Okay, you don't press it, you just do your power by the looks of it. And it's got an indicator on the left. So we've gone halfway up the fairway. Yes, it's not like other golf games where you've got to press another button and it controls your slice. That makes it a bit easier, I suppose. So 39 yards. Pitching wedge. A bit less strength. Have we gone too far? Don't really know because I'm not used to it. Oh, we got on the green. Ooh, a little bit of speech there. So I didn't have the sound up high. 2 metres. Putter, yeah. Yeah. And we miss. I don't know what I'm doing with the direction. Anyway, that looks quite good. I've been in golf games for a little while. Yeah, game I do like more is baseball. So, American baseball. And we get out, let's get it again. Just me for not blowing the cartridge. On the low time, it's usually a good time. Baseball for $9.89, so a little bit later. Let's go exhibition. Select your team. Yeah, we'll just go with that. There's speech again. Whoa, way too slow. So it looks like I've got to actually run. left-hander. I don't seem to be able to do anything running wise, so. Oops. Almost a triple out there. Ow, yep. Ooh, we went for the wrong one, so we made a base. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, thank you very much. That was our quick play session after my pickups, and more than likely I'll have some more deliveries this week, so we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for watching.